Hello and welcome to the first ever Fender Bender emergency episode of Dropkick the Commute. This is not a drill. We're in an emergency.
Yo, they interrupted my dinner for this.
I can't believe they would do this. We have a few things to cover because we're not recording a full episode today, but we have some breaking news that we can't skip over. Number one, King of the Ring controversy?
King of the Ring final flub? King of the Ring no Gunther? King of the Ring Randy Orton win no Gunther? King of the Ring flub, shoulder not on Matt, Gunther no win.
Gunther pinned Randy, supposedly, and then they cut to another angle. Randy's shoulders were not down. They weren't down, but the ref counted 1, 2, 3. Gunther, you're the king, baby.
You know, for someone who really wanted to win the King of the Ring, Orton was trying really hard to keep his shoulders on the mat.
He was, but they weren't down.
They weren't down.
They weren't down. And this was addressed because a lot of people, even Corey Graves on commentary was like, I don't know, guys. I think we should rewatch that. So it was rewatched. Triple H goes on Twitter later with Byron Saxton and says, hey, from where I was, it looked like his shoulders were down. Whatever. But then I went back to Gorilla. I saw the camera angle and his shoulders, clear as day, not down. So here's what we're going to do. When Randy gets better, we're going to have another match. They're going to have a King of the Ring rematch. First time in history, perhaps? Perchance?
For the crown?
For the crown.
I think we got to give the people what they want.
They're going to solidify Gunther. I mean, it's
Of
not
course.
like Randy's going to come back and win, I don't think. If they do, hey,
Yeah,
shoot me.
Hey, who are we fooling?
But yeah,
Not
so
me.
they're going to give Gunther a solid win. It's interesting, too, because they're having Naya's, like, queen coronation, but they're not doing anything for Gunther yet. They're doing that on SmackDown on Friday. They're not doing anything for Gunther yet because of the controversy, one can think.
I will say, I'm glad he did not come out wearing the crown.
Oh, I'm so glad, too. He looks good holding it.
Yeah, he looks just like he looks how he's supposed to.
Yeah, he's powerful. He looks powerful.
Yeah, and also, again, that whole world title picture is looking very uncertain right now.
Yeah, and did you see, I don't know if you saw, but on Twitter, they all, speaking of the world title, they are doing a World Heavyweight Championship match on June 28th in Madison Square Garden on SmackDown. Damian Priest versus Jey Uso.
Why?
Out of the blue!
Why are they booking it so far? That's after Clash at the Castle, too.
It is.
The more I think about it, I think this is where we're going. We have Clash at the Castle.
Mm-hmm.
Drew versus Damian.
Yeah. CM Punk comes out.
CM Punk's not gonna show up, and we're not gonna see him until Clash. It's 2 weeks out, right?
Right.
It's 2 or 3 weeks. CM Punk will wait to show his face again at Clash. Cost Drew the title. They will not feud for the world title. Him and Punk. They're just gonna feud, and because that's good enough without a championship.
Right.
This is just my prediction. And then SummerSlam comes around eventually. And then Gunther versus Damian Priest. Gunther wins. But then you also got to think about if Gunther wins, he's got to hold on to that for a long ass time, just like he did with the Intercontinental.
Is Bash in Berlin before or after SummerSlam?
August 31st.
Oh, so it's SummerSlam and then
after.
Same month as Bash in Berlin. It's going to be interesting to see what they do. There's a lot of possibilities here.
Yeah. That's my prediction.
The official Gallier prediction.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
I'm a fan too. You know what else I was a fan of?
Liv Morgan throat punching Dominic Mysterio on Raw.
I think I watched a murder, if I'm being real. He did not want that.
We'll talk about Raw more on Friday, but I just want to say, just real quick before we get to that, Braun Strowman chasing JD through the entire night fucking made the episode
ruled.
Incredible for me. Every single scene where they're backstage, he's just like, JD? Where's JD? Where is he?
I mean, I'd be chasing him down like that too if I saw his face.
Yeah. Little bobbleheaded bitch.
also liked how it like tied into the steel cage match and
Yeah.
it prevented Becky from getting out. I thought that was so funny.
Yeah,
Because
it
they
was
never
good.
really like have like other people just randomly get involved in
Right.
other people's matches. So Dominic inadvertently once again helps Liv Morgan win.
Yeah.
Raw goes off the air right as the big moment happens.
Liv comes out of the cage and like walks near Dom, and then they got the eyes. You know that they got kissing eyes going on, about to happen. And then the USA broadcast fucking cuts.
And everyone's like,
Come
oh,
on!
man,
So they're just
no.
staring at each other. And then you go on Twitter, WWE, I swear to God, posted it like immediately because it aired everywhere else except USA, dude.
That's so messed up.
Literally on Twitter, that was my whole timeline last night, was Liv Morgan fucking kissing Dom, and Dom did not want it. He did not want any part of it. Dom did nothing wrong.
I think we're going to get a slow burn of Dominic falling in love with Liv Morgan.
I think so. I agree.
And we're setting up perfectly the custody of Dom ladder match between Rhea and Liv.
It's true.
And then Rhea will get him back and it'll all feel normal again.
Yeah.
I think if Judgment Day breaks up, Rhea and Dom will still be a unit.
Did you see what Bailey posted on her Instagram?
No, what'd she post?
She posted a picture of her and Liv from like recently. Picture of her and Liv, and she put Dom's theme on it.
That's funny.
On Instagram.
Everyone's watching the story. It's the,
yeah.
you know, everyone's got their eyes on it.
Yeah.
And we were talking about this weeks ago. We were like, when's it gonna happen?
Yeah. And here we are.
God, I love when a story comes together just the way we predict it. And so does Nugget, apparently.
He does. He wants to talk about Liv Morgan.
We're all in love with her.
We are.
You know, and it seems to be a recurring theme. Dominic is getting it from everyone that the fans want.
Dom's the Riz Lord.
Yeah, and who would have expected it? That little baby-faced boy.
He's got that Eddie Riz, dude. He must actually just be Eddie's son. He's not even Ray's son.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, it all makes sense.
It's all genetics, man. I'm telling you.
It's all genetics. And you know what isn't genetic? Is
Becky not re-signing allegedly, but then possibly actually re-signing. So it was reported that Becky didn't re-sign her contract. So everyone was like, oh my God, this is her last match. Steel cage match, good match, whatever. And then she's sitting in the ring after Raw went off air. She's sitting in the ring and she's like taking her time, going slow, waving to the crowd and stuff. Everyone's cheering, thank you, Becky, and all this. She gets like a standing ovation walking out. So, a lot of people have good reason to believe this was her last match, at least for a while, right? Like, I think having that be like her final WWE match, I didn't see that happening. But her last match for a while, because Seth is out for a little while. Becky being out makes sense, fucking spend time with their kid and just chill for a little bit. They've both been going fucking crazy for the past, year? Over a year?
Yeah.
I mean, both of them,
haven't,
like,
right,
full steam ahead, So, there was a lot of reason to believe this was her last match for a while. But then WWE on Fox, the Twitter account, tweeted the picture of her saying to be
walking
continued.
Away.
Because that's what she tweeted. It was a picture of her walking away of to be continued. And then WWE reposted it. So, like, maybe she did resign, or it's true she's just on a break for a bit and then she'll come back.
She feels like she's got to be a lifer.
Yeah.
Me. But I also thought the same thing about Edge.
Yeah.
And this feels very similar because, like, Edge's last match, I mean, it was this whole, 25 years of Edge, whatever. But he just had some, one-off match with Sheamus. The Becky match wasn't random, though, so I don't know. But it feels a lot like that.
Yeah.
Like, there's uncertainty, so who's to say? But everyone's like, Becky Lynch and AEW.
Big time Rebecca Lynch or something. Big time Rebecca Lynch versus Saraya.
Hey. Everyone's been waiting for it, man. That would be cool.
It would.
But who's to say? It's like, it just happened.
Yeah, I mean, that's the dream booker in all of us. I think it would be cool.
She's going to be gone for a while.
Yeah.
Likely.
Who else has been gone for a while?
hang on. Uncle Howdy or that's it.
Yeah. Uncle Howdy. So we had more teases. They're just taking their time with this shit, bro. More Uncle Howdy teases.
Oh, there's
more...
that damn QR code again.
Yeah, that's fucking Michael Cole, dude. Every time it pops up, he's like, "There's that damn QR code again." We've been seeing it for weeks. It's funny because it does feel like it's dragging on now. Like I feel like they really got to pull trigs soon. But the way they teased one recently was very cool, where they did a QR code in 2K24. And when you scan it, it brought you to another video, pretty much the same kind of teases as usual, just weird cryptic stuff. And then you unlock a crow as a manager that you can use in my faction.
You sent me a photo of it and I was like, I don't even know what this means.
Yeah.
I also, I don't know my faction very well. So I'm like, all right, so the crow's your manager. Why?
Yeah. And it boosts like every stat. So it's honestly a goated manager, but also it's like, I don't know why.
What are you?
Why a crow? And then confirmed members, Uncle Howdy wrote letters to 4 people: Eric Rowan, Nikki Cross, Dexter Loomis, and Joe Gacy.
All with one thing in common. They can't seem to keep their friends. They've all been betrayed in some way.
Terrible.
Joe Gacy had his whole he was in NXT, and I honestly don't even know the name of the faction he was in, but they all wore smiley faces, like masks.
Yeah.
The Schism, that's what they were called.
Schism.
It was him, and then it was the Grizzled Young Veterans, and then it was Ava. Before Ava became like general manager. So there's that, and obviously Schism isn't a thing anymore. Joe Gacy's like the only one left out of them.
Yeah.
And then Loomis, we haven't seen him forever, but people just don't like him because he's weird.
Yeah.
Nikki Cross, people don't like her because she's weird.
What about Nikki ASH, almost a superhero?
Did people like that? Eric Rowan, I mean, his is pretty self-explanatory. Like both of his best friends fucking died.
Yeah.
So it's all good, but all the letters basically were like, I'm sorry this happened to you. I will take you in with open arms. I love you kind of thing.
Yeah.
This is your family. So it's very interesting. I wonder if when Uncle Howdy shows up, I wonder if he's going to talk.
I feel like he has to, right?
Because he didn't talk when he first showed up with Bray, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like he has to, but again, I don't know. There's so many. We have a lot, but there's still so much that we don't know.
Yeah, they've been doing things for weeks, and we still don't really have any answers. It's just kind of.
And you know what else we don't know? We don't know what is going to happen to the TNT Championship because Adam Copeland, we confirmed it. He did get injured at that barbed wire steel
I fucking
cage
knew
match
it, dude. I fucking knew it. The way he landed.
Yeah. I mean, just the impact alone from jumping that high, you usually 9 times out of 10 you're probably going to break something if you don't brace yourself properly. And
right.
He did not. He again, I don't know why he jumped like that. We speculated it might be like he was trying to protect a certain part of his body, but in the process, he broke his tibia, which I have broken before, and it is not a good feeling, and it takes a long time to recover from, especially if it's an unclean break. Yeah, he's got crutches, so I don't know what this means for the TNT title. I don't know what it means for him. I don't know if he's gonna come back. I feel like he'll be on Dynamite to announce it. I would hope
probably.
But all I know is that this keeps happening. It happens in AEW so much.
Yeah, you're building to this such a good.
Oh my god, we're so excited for, and I'm sure you could still probably do something with it. But it's it happened to Adam Cole when things were starting to get really good. It happened to Punk twice, both times when he won the AEW championship. It keeps happening. It happened to Thunder Rosa, like we were talking about, and I think I don't know. It sucks because it's a momentum killer,
Yeah.
and obviously we want to make sure he's doing well. And you know, respectfully, that man should not be doing the shit he was doing out there, but he did anyways. And
Yeah.
he's just a dedicated vet.
A lot of people always, well, I guess the vocal minority, not even minority, the fucking
Yeah.
Twitter clowns always bring up safety in this conversation.
Right.
Number one, what are you talking about? You don't wrestle there.
Right.
Number two is like, you can't even say the whole safety conversation right now because there are so many fucking injuries in WWE as well right now.
Yeah, it's
like
just
we
all
talked
around,
about the injured list a couple weeks ago, and it is massive. It's massive.
Right. I think too, like, it's just like that's just the nature of the business, and it keeps getting crazier. Like, moves keep getting crazier, wrestling styles keep getting more dangerous. Like, that's just
right.
That's just how it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And so, again, Cope, timetable unknown, but he is in fact injured and cannot compete.
Yeah.
So they might keep it on him. They might do some kind of interim thing like they were doing before so that he doesn't technically lose the title. I don't really know.
Oh, we just gotta wait and see. Just gotta wait and see.
A lot of news today.
Yeah, lots of news.
Kind of crazy.
One more thing. Green shirt guy was on Raw, and it just made me happy. He was in the front row.
Yeah, he's sometimes there.
He's sometimes at normal shows, and I didn't even
notice.
Yeah, he was there, front row, front and center.
Shout out Green Shirt Guy. We love Green Shirt Guy. He's better than anybody.
Better than anybody. My favorite Green Shirt guy.
Raw was a killer episode. We can talk about it more later this week, but
yeah,
we got a lot to look forward to this week. You know, fresh off the heels of a pay-per-view weekend, Raw was phenomenal.
It's true.
And for me, good Raws are very few and far between.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see what happens on AEW and NXT tonight, and yada yada yada. We'll get through all of it later this week.
We do have a special AEW Double or Nothing reaction coming out probably tomorrow. From when this is posted today, probably tomorrow it's coming out.
Okay,
I'll say that.
Yeah, hey, it comes out when it comes out.
It comes out when it comes out.
Get what you get and you don't get upset.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
And you know what we won't get upset about?
Ending this episode.
I was going to say getting into this fender bender, because that just means that we were having a good time on the road. And we accidentally got into a fender bender because emergency news. Beep, beep. Beep, beep.
Okay, wait. Instead of the beep, beep at the beginning, it should just be like car crash.
Goodbye.
Bye, we'll see you later.